Hey friends, it's Clayton here. We are driving back home to Enumclaw from Kirkland. Boo! Kirkland sucks, right? Some pretty shitty people there.
It's not the place.
It's not the place.
Individuals.
Oh yeah.
Because they have a good met market where you can spend lots of money on very few things.
Yes. All right, we're gonna recreate a moment that just happened like a minute or two ago. The only moment that happened is my mom asked me a question, so I'll have her recreate that, and then I'll give my answer on video. What's the question, Mom?
How did you become interested in Depeche Mode?
How did I become interested in Depeche Mode? Well, remember when you guys had like Sirius XM?
Yes.
Your Honda Pilot? What was the channel that you guys would play most
80s on 8.
80s on 8 with Martha Quinn and whoever else, all the VJs of MTV. I don't know. I started.
Almost reason enough to get Sirius XM again. Sorry, go ahead.
Having it again would be great. Yeah. Gosh, yeah. Freshman year, I started listening to like lots of 80s music. Got like exposed to 80s music on 80s on 8. Do you know when you guys got it?
Probably when we bought the Pilot, because you get it free for a while.
Do you know what year you got the Pilot?
No.
Okay. She doesn't remember the year.
I don't remember.
She doesn't remember the year. Well, quite possible I was already being exposed to 80s music for quite some time. I remember Dad used to play some 80s music. So I started liking it myself. And I got 80s pop radio on Pandora playing. The school was like my honeymoon phase of 80s music. And then I heard People Are People by Depeche Mode on there. And I heard Policy of Truth, which if you think about it, it's kind of weird because it was technically, not even technically, it was released in 1990. Yeah. So really 90s song, not quite 80s. And yeah, I started liking them for a while, just from those two songs. Remember my dad playing Precious and It's No Good in the car, just growing up, and Policy of Truth. But yeah, 80s on 8, some of the other top songs I was hearing during that time. That was like around April or May of freshman year. I don't know if you remember, but we went on a trip to Disneyland that year. It was my freshman year of high school, I think. And I had a playlist I was listening to. Probably only had like 10, 15 songs on it, like songs from the 80s that I really liked from 80s pop radio on Pandora. So there's Policy of Truth by Depeche Mode, Sunglasses at Night, Corey Hart, Sunglasses at Night, Sweet Dreams Are Made of These by Eurythmics. Honestly, I can't remember, but I know I had other. It's not funny. Yeah, and then that summer, I was just totally into tons of 80s music. Another example of a song I was listening to more was Cruel Summer by Bananarama. And when I was working at Camp Baraka that summer, whenever I had like control of the music we play, I was just like shuffle playing these 80s playlists on Spotify, and I even have Camp Baraka playlist on my phone, so maybe I'll have to play that later, of like 80s music I would play. And another song I liked back then, I was probably like 15, was I thought it was like one of the coolest music videos for a while. Was my favorite music video was What I Like About You by the Romantics. And for a while, yeah, People Are People was my favorite music video for a while. And then another one, which still has, even to this day, I think has really cool effects for a music video, is I Need You Tonight by NXS. It's got the white rat on his shoulder. Those are some music video highlights for me. And then like sophomore year on the school bus, I was like, gosh, I used to watch the music videos for Flesh for Fantasy by Billy Idol a lot. And that music video version is a different mix than is on the album or on the single release.
Is that the same year you might have gotten in trouble for spraying Axe on the bus?
I don't know. I do not know. I don't remember that.
You were very into your Axe.
No, I don't even use their deodorant. Then Lay It Down. That was another one of my favorite videos by Rat. I used to watch that on the bus a lot. I was really into Billy Idol, especially around my 16th birthday, because Tallulah gave me my first record, which is Rebel Yell, Still Wrapped, from 1983. And my first 4 CDs, I had Hysteria by Def Leppard, Pyromania by Def Leppard, Out of Cellar by Rat, and that's the second album by Rat. What is it? I'm still taking the video. Second album by Rat. Oh my gosh, this is really gonna screw with me later. It's gonna come to me later. I can't think of it. Gosh. It was like sophomore year of high school in fall. I think it was like around that time that I really fell in love with Depeche Mode. And man, that was my honeymoon phase of Depeche Mode right there. Because I started to like a few of their songs back in like spring and summer of that year. But gosh, around fall, I was like discovering some of the songs and albums for the first time. I remember watching music videos for the first time. Some of them weren't all uploaded to YouTube, so I had to go on like some random like third-party websites to watch them. So, and then when they announced the tour and the new album, I was super excited. Remember like the day the tickets came out, we got seats for or tickets for seats 13 and 14, row 17.
That's the first time you saw them with Dad?
Yep.
How many times have you seen them now?
I've seen them 6 times now.
God.
5 times this year. Yeah. First time seeing them was October 21st, 2017.
In Seattle.
In Seattle, when it was Key Arena, but now it's Climate Pledge Arena.
And then you saw them in Chicago?
Chicago, April 5th. Boston, row 1. Halloween this year, October 31st. Vancouver, BC, November 24th. That was a Friday. 2 days after that, November 26th, Seattle, Sunday. 2 days after that was Tuesday, November 28th, my birthday. Seeing them in row 23, my 23rd birthday in Portland.
Oh, did you try? Was that intentional?
No, I only found out the day before. Like, I must have seen that it was row 23, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together until the day before my birthday.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. What else? Oh, it would have been cool to see them in San Diego yesterday, but I looked up the set list, and it's the same as the last 3 times I saw them. Actually, yeah, last 3 times.
So you're not missing much.
Wasn't really missing much. Would have been cool to go with Alex though. Yeah. Let's see. No, I think it's pretty cool though, because I'm hoping it would be amazing if they do a tour again. I would love it. I would totally see.
Why they wouldn't tour again?
Well, maybe.
Okay. Are you trying to say they're old?
I'm not saying they're old, but it's very well could be their last album and last tour. And if it is, then I think it'd be pretty cool to say that the last time I saw them was on my birthday.
Yeah. When does their tour close out? Like, do they still have a ways to go?
Yeah, I think they'll still be doing it in spring next year, but that's just in Europe. I mean, if I was able to save enough money, it'd be totally cool to fly there. But I've already seen them. I know they'll be in London and Manchester, I think, in the middle of January. Maybe they'll be in London twice, I'm not sure. But I'm sure plenty of other places. There's rumors that they'd be going to Asia and Australia too, but they never announced that as when they announced the last leg of the tour. But maybe they'll add it at some point. Yeah, and before I close out the video, probably add that sophomore year, probably junior year and senior year, probably more of junior year, I was listening to them like nonstop, like religiously. Would you say that's correct?
I don't remember.
Are you annoyed of Depeche Mode because of how much I talk about them or listen to them? No. Okay. Well, I'll have to make that change.
Okay. Make that change.
All right. And there's definitely not the full story. Gosh, I could do like talk about
your tooth video.
Yeah. Long story. I could talk about Depeche Mode for hours, but there's like a summed up version of the very beginning of my story with Depeche Mode. I've been like a huge fan for like I think 7 years now.
So you could say long
over
story
7
long.
years. Huh?
Long story long. People like to say, Grandma used to say, long story short, and then she would go on for a long.
It's a long
time.
story, but it could have been way longer. Anyways,
Peace out.
I love Depeche Mode. Peace out. Love you. Bye.